What do you bring it? Oh, the glass roller,
That problem.
I'll tell you what. Any other game I ever.
Screw it in. They were nailed.
Actually,
no, they had to nail them too.
how about the insert? You get less screwed back.
Right.
That's what I would have done. You have to pull the whole guts out.
You have to unbolt the Jones plugs. You have to unbolt.
Yeah, but doesn't,
Have you ever taken it out?
have I ever taken it out? I can't say. Okay.
These are boxes.
It's a neat idea for a game room.
It's not anything that really.
You guys got this slide down center.
Yeah, I'll move that over. Why don't we take it? Ski club there.
I don't know, if you want to take them all, like, see if they work, give me a call.
Let's fix that when we got.
Hipkowitz collection outside of Allentown.
Very cool. Don's very impressive. That's really cool. Wow. He's taking pictures. He's already warned us to take pictures.
You're part of the animal.
He's not going to take a video.
Spot of card caps.
Well, I have some that Gordon gave me too. Do something. We'll take a look. All right. Yeah, I'll drop this here.
Hey, Don, do you need there's beers over there?
Okay.
Call someone.
I won't have more than that. I'm also tired. I'm liable to fall asleep.
Fabulous, man. Beautiful. So nice. What do you think? Did you do the cabinet?
Yeah. Very well.
That is always excellent. Oh, that's great.
What they play around with. They did all fashioned.
Yeah. So hard.
Everybody just drags.
Oh, man. Nirvana. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it, Jay, right here.
You're right. This is really
Five playfields that was purchased from Joe and I by Mark.
Are you gonna make the game?
I made that. Sold 100 of my
And I'm not thrilled with it. I would like to do it so that it looks original, but it's designed different inside, different material, better require injection.
Rouge, I mean, it's like a medium rouge, or?
Yeah. The white is finer, and the white is will give you a better finish. But it's so close, and if it'll just take longer with the white, a lot. Then you do the white, and then it would be like a mirror. But this is pretty close to a mirror with just the red, so it's just not worth it to me. I have just a sharp knife that I use to clean the wheels, so that takes that kind of that crafty aluminum off, and then you just put a little bit of this on. Like that's enough. You know, I wear safety glasses, right?
A lot of buff screws and metal parts.
I always wear glasses because when you work with this, if you drop it, it'll come flying at you. And you spin it. And then I work the face. Just like that, and
The picture of Steve's ear, right?
Whole collection is all Gottlieb games. There are no Williams or Bally.
That's a serious time.
I usually drop some of the Harley right here. This is a great game. Saturday 37 low production.
Jay Assad games I guess he bought, I think maybe from Bob Borden up there.
No last bar on this one. Bob said you owed him one.
Yes, I do.
So these are trades he worked with fellas coming bringing stuff to the show.
Jay, don't you ever stop? God. Great. I hear you. This is nature to...
Oh God, look at this thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think my distraction thing better. I should like
Yeah.
drive like a maniac. Have people like swooping down.
Yeah, I get it right now. It's right here.
Is this Kevin's? No, this is Kevin.
Let's move this one down first.
Well, what did he say?
Yeah, I wanted to take those boxes that John gave me. It's sort of
Interesting pinball vehicle. It's an old hearse from Connecticut.
To say that we account for two of whatever they are, so that people, Richard thinks, we've had a few missing at times. And so now whoever walks in this room knows that we have a count of what's up here. And then the ones that are of great value, I'd be happy to move these over.
Okay.
Now, here there are a lot of birds, as you can see.
Oh, they're by groups then.
Well, I dust every once in a while and I change them. These are all the water ones.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I know the octopus.
That's an octopus. It's not the first one. This is one of the newer ones to come in.
Snake.
Isn't that cute? It's a second snake.
What do they cost new for a new model or new baby?
They were originally made. A lot of these, there was a big retirement, the biggest one ever, Friday morning. It was announced by Ty. They retired 29. And so a lot of these now are retired.
Down in here?
A lot all over. I mean, it was such a big retirement that, I mean, I can point out ones all over that are retired. Plus, a lot of these were retired before. But the ones that are very high in value, I don't keep out anymore. I can show them to you if you're interested. And I bought 2 in Adamstown today.
New ones?
Ones that were retired before I started collecting. That was, and they wanted $800 for it, and it had no tags at all. And part of collecting, for a serious collector, if the tag is in bad shape, you can deduct as much as 50% of the value.
Important to keep this clean, this tag.
This is, and these are going to be very valuable, and we bought extra ones. These are part of the newest ones that came out, and some people collect. Occasionally they make mistakes. Okay, and there are people that, and this one, the better ones I use a different tag for. These will come out, but you don't want to bend them if you don't want to. And there are also fraudulent ones now. A lot of fraudulent ones, and you find out a lot of information on the internet. The internet is loaded with information.
Iggy, date of birth August 12, 1997. Sitting on a rock, basking in the sun, is this iguana's idea of fun. Towel and glasses, book and beach chair. His life is so perfect without a care.
This on what's supposed to be the rainbow chameleon instead of the iguana. So that's a reason to buy more of these, because
they're
these
portable. And
they cost new, the new models.
Okay, we started talking about that. New, they were originally made for sale for $5. They were made to be, then you can't find them because I hear the alarm.
Five of them. Cool.
Well, that's how they come in
And
the little boxes?
you see the heart. No, they don't come in boxes.
The boxes,
and they don't
unfortunately, are extra.
And this is an $800?
The boxes are, no,
It's,
that
no,
is not,
not
they're
now.
not that valuable.
They started out like that, and then gradually they've gone down.
If you wait now, you can buy them for $80 if you're patient.
And that's the Aaron Bear, and it came out for St. Patrick's Day. And that one has a shamrock, and these are like embroidered into the fabric. And these are ones where there have been knockoffs smuggled in. So then it becomes a little tricky in buying them. And I've learned some things to look for. I don't want everyone to know this either, really. Okay, that's Chops.
Who is it now?
Chops, the lamb. And again, it has a name, a birth date.
Oh, okay, I see.
Isn't it cute? There's another lamb that's current called Fleece. Chops is retired. I think that's a 96. Like an early 96. Okay, and so anyway, that's Chops. I have one of this one.
Betty's gonna get
This one is called, and this one I bought, it's from a secondary dealer, and this one does not have a perfect tag. It's a little damaged. And therefore I got it a little less. This one, I can show you printouts on the internet. This is one, it's called Kiwi. It's very colorful and very pretty, has a cute poem. And this one has been knocked off. They're counterfeits. In fact, there have been, this one is famous. This is Tabasco, the bull. And they had to quit using, they stopped making this one because they were going to be sued by the because they were using the copyright name Tabasco. So they changed it slightly, and they made an altered one, and they called it Snort. But this is a Tabasco.
Whoops.
and that one, so none of these I would ever keep out now. And it sounds so stupid to say that you hide them. Okay, this is Grunt the Razorback. And it's a beautiful red velour. Actually, I don't know how these are going to film in the plastic. I really could have taken them out on bare, but without the emblem. It's called Garcia. This is a very well-known one. And this is well retired too.
What is it, a bunny?
Oh, a fish!
It's a fish, and the name of it, it's a tie-dyed fabric, and its name is Coral. So Coral the fish is one that I wanted, and it was before I started collecting. And these open like a book. This is a more expensive tag that I put on these. And sometimes, at this price, sometimes they come with them too. And then there's another fish that has yellow and black velour, and it's sewn in stripes, and that one is called Bubbles. So these are...
I've been collecting, first game I ever got was 25 years ago. It's still set up down here.
Which one was that?
Melody. Gottlieb, 1967, Adaball. First one, second one came maybe 5 or 6 years later. Then a gradual procession of maybe 1 or 2 a year until mid-80s where I became a little more enthused.
How many you got down here set up now?
Probably close to 55 or 60 set up and working at this point. And that's maxed out the room.
Is this a 10-strike? Is it the bowler coil, Richard?
Williams 10-strike.
Is this the coil?
That's the coil, let's see. Yes, that energizes the bowler hand, I think.
What year is it?
Probably 60. I would say 59, 60, 61.
Any improvement in his left-hand creases? Nothing. He probably held his hand to tack this off the shitting. So the bullet shattered. Black
Tired of one, you set up another one.
So you just been getting into the wood rails in the last maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 years, or?
Yeah. I'd say. Why? Because this is a sample game. And on this game, it doesn't say 100,000 when lit down on the girl's skirt.
Oh, you think the sample game didn't have it?
It did, right.
Oh.
I know it. And so it needed that little strip. Well, he, at one point, had 2 of them. And it was before he really understood what was happening, and he got rid of the sample game. But he kept the strip because it looked nice.
Like
it's just this metal strip. It stays on.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But it says it had in bright red. It says 100,000 when lit, rather than on the playfield.
Repros that.
These are original. You know, there's a couple of odds and end nicks. I do have the repro, and they came out great. Good. Now, did you have those made up?
I got them from Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But who made them? You?
I don't know. I didn't know. What year is this hit and run now?
52 or 3. That game, Globetrotter, we found 3 of those in 1 year, right here. And you can also win free games with points also. There we get 50 points. So the horses move across. And you get free games. If number 5 horse gets across on the first ball, which is my horse, you get 10 free games, which is very hard to do.
Oh, is that cool?
This game, more than I do.
John?
I don't think so, no.
But anyway.
Okay, so the horse is done. It's done.
Now,
You want to change it?
well, I can't. It's too late. Now you play for total points. And to get back,
Once it's the reset cycle's
Yeah.
done, then that
your horse
determines.
is number one, and sort of wait for it to come around.
Right.
Because that advances your horse. So you want to time it.
I think I timed it pretty good. Come on, I want those 10 replays. Come on, get up there. Come on down now.
He said that they were winning out with it. Pretty much jumping on you. Most pitchers come 3-quarters, you get a chance to see it because the arm is out away from the body. But when you come straight over the top like that, it's very difficult to pick up your arm motion.
And you get the games at the end. So once you're done with 5 balls, if you want it.
Yeah, keep that until you die. That's it. Never let this go. That is beautiful. Now this one here. I like to get out maybe once or twice here. Last year it's 0.
Please have an eye on. Another extreme made this one called South Engineering. See the ball here? You want to get it in the hole. I don't know if they work, and you get 27 strokes to do all 9. Yeah, you got to figure it out. Then you go on to number 2, yeah. You're running your favorites. As far as play, the best find, the most fun one is the 4 bells because it's the mate to dragonette. Made 6 months apart. This one made first, and it was so successful that they came out with that one.
What year was this now? 50?
Dragonette, 54 maybe?
This is 52 here, right?
Spot roller maybe? I think it's 50. Lovely Lucy's about the same. In 1954, the games became more powerful for some reason. I don't know. They just seem to play much firmer. 3 of these in 1 year. Steve got one, young. Tim Arnold got one, and I got one.
Why did I get special?
Never found another one. Never seen another one.
Got what year?
55.
So you found three in 1 year?
3 in 1 year.
And Steve Young has one, and Tim Arnold, and then you. Oh, that's interesting. What's unusual about this twin bill?
Twin bill's unusual in that there are 2 separate games going at one time. You run up score on the green, which can go up to 7 million, or the red, which can go up to 7 million. So you can win one of 2 ways. You get 2 separate scorings on the playfield also. This one goes into the category of hard to find, and it'll probably be the last game that Gordon has he doesn't have.
Oh, is that the one he's looking for?
Yes.
How many does Gordon have?
I've got a lot. He's got more than I do. But I've got a couple that he doesn't have. Well, I've got this one that he doesn't have.
So this is a pretty tough one to find then.
That one is hard to find.
It's about when I started, yeah. 73 is when I started.
I traded a policeman, came in my store. I said, I'm in the men's clothing business. He said, you just confiscated a pinball machine and a slot machine. I need a suit to want to trade. I said, sure.
And that's how you got, and that's when you
how I
got, so
got
there's a lot of sentimental value in that one.
I'll always have that one.
Now, is that the slick chick you got for me then?
Sure. That one is the one we got from you. Great game.
Oh, I don't remember where I even got this one from.
It's not a repro. I would say.
Yeah.
They want that marbleized stuff. And my wife said to me, why'd they make
lose this ball? Watch what happens. It'll just
came over.
Huh.
Here, this one has it too.
Yeah, but they don't all have it, but greatest find
You know, what do you,
as far as support equipment for pinball machines.
is this
I've
one
ever
that Steve
seen.
made, or these ones you
No,
found?
a fellow named Al Ellis out of Georgia
I've heard of him, yeah.
was rummaging through a warehouse in Florida and came across a stack of old tray liners for the 54 and 55 games.
Well, this is original.
This is original.
It looks brand new.
It is brand new. Every one for those games were different. That's why Steve can't do them.
Yeah, jeez.
He found originals from 53, 54, 55.
Cash flow.
Huh?
Cash flow.
That was like 3 or 4 years ago. Play that one? Talk about games that people don't have.
Yeah.
Okay. So what you got here is an animated unit like similar to Buckaroo.
Well, Kim Arnold had one of those without the glass in it. I didn't know what it was when I was out there.
And you have a ball stop unit down there.
Oh, okay. That's like
That'll stop till you get a point.
Oh, now it's
Yeah, now it's down.
How do you make the animation go?
Get a point. It'll go, but you don't have your eye on it. It goes on the- So every time you knock out all the light, you get a point. Isn't that cute where you get the bonus on the side?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there he goes.
And once again, it was a popular game, well-played game, user-friendly, I should say. The end result being you don't find too many of them in good playfields. Playfields usually took a real beating. So you can only lose the ball through the gobble holes, the drop holes in the middle.
It's good. So the Brooklyn Dodgers back then?
Yeah, before they moved to LA.
Don't want to get St. Louis. There's a special in the center hole. There it is. I just got the special. That was a great plunge. Special still there. It's a beautiful back glass. Isn't that cool the way all the cities light up as you hit them?
Yeah.
This is the window. The dog broke and cut herself when the UPS man came. And all over the house, bleeding. Caused about $7,000 worth of damage to the house and the carpeting and everything, resulting in about $3,000 worth of hospital bills for the leg which she cut. And 13 individual trips to Cleveland, and now she's doing much, much better. Dog's getting roast chicken and 2 types of dog food.
Yeah. Neutro's natural choice.
Yeah.
Oh, she has an endless appetite.
Right.
Mandy, ready for supper? Excuse me. Here you go. And then she takes an allergy pill in the morning. She takes Tavis D. It hits D. It's a people allergy pill.
Seek it inside the...
Here, man. A comedian recently said, if Martians look down at our country and how dogs are treated and how they live, they would think that dogs are the supreme being. You basically live to serve them. And you clean up their poop, you walk them, you do everything for them.
And who's in charge?
So you give in. And
Now, will she eat all that now at one time?
Absolutely. She'd eat 5 times that. So that's half regular and half light dog food. And I always give her a little lean meat with the cereal, morning and night.
We're almost done here.
Good stuff.
As well as traffic drones and neighbors, among others. They also talk about some of the oil injury companies. We did have,
She likes eating on a rug.
late last week, and that made about continuing to stay. That is certainly another thing to watch.
She just got
Lettuce?
sidetracked.
Do you eat lettuce?
This is a chewing rug. Could you just do
Oh, sure.
That's very nice. Yes. Can I see it? Ah.
Here's the dog's toys. This is the one we got our dog that he demolished in 12 seconds.
Some friends who have a black lab who wears 2 turned up. Mandy has a new Chewy. Yes, you have a new Chewy. That's very nice. Everyone sees what you have. Yes.
We're at George Singleton's outside of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, looking at his collection of Gottlieb pinball games and circus paraphernalia. George, tell me a little bit about your themes here. Why don't we start over in the corner here?
Okay, I'm a little sparse on my beach themes, but Shipmates and Seashore, I think they're both beautiful games, and they're a lot of fun to play, Seashore especially. I like the artwork very much on both of them.
When did you start collecting these?
Well, I had one in junior high, elementary, and then I had one in junior high, and then I had one in college. I had to sell my last semester to get enough money to finish, and it took me 14 years to find Happy Clown again.
Very interesting. Now we go over here. What?
Now we're going to
this is your Aloha.
Well, my
theme?
Hawaiian themes, yeah.
Hawaiian?
Leslie and I love Hawaii. We've been there a few times, and I really like the artwork on these too, and I think they're all 3 a lot of fun to play.
So we got Paradise, Tropic Isle, and
Aloha.
And what's the one you're missing now?
Well, it's Hawaiian Beauty.
Hawaiian Beauties.
Yep, to finish it. And I've been searching for years. Obviously the circus section with these 3.
Happy Clown and
yeah,
Gigi.
Yeah, and Flying Circus, and that leaves Super Circus, a big hole without Super Circus, unfortunately. Another one I haven't been able to locate.
Where did you obtain all these clowns and everything?
Well, my wife did most of the decorating in here. I have to give her the credit for that. Most of this stuff is all homemade. Actually, the clown sign there, where it changes colors, is actually based. We sat there and looked at the clown on Happy Clown. He's right in the middle of the playfield, and we tried to duplicate him.
Oh yeah.
And then the target he's holding will blink faster and faster and faster, and then it starts over. It gets going so real fast.
And then we have over here.
Yeah, the amusement park.
Amusement park area.
Yep.
Featuring what, Cupid doll?
Yeah, Ice Review, Funland, and Merry-Go-Round, which leaves Sitting Pretty, of course. Those are the ones I've been looking for. Now that's I believe from France or England, that poster back there from the 30s at an amusement park on an old Dodgem.
So you say from the 30s then?
Supposed to be from the 30s over in Europe, yeah, from an amusement park then. And I guess, I'm not sure, a ticket booth in the background, I guess that might be a merry-go-round house and then the bumper cars. That's as close as I could get to a jukebox and have an amusement theme with that thing we built right over there with the clown on top. That's from an old-timey, that tape is from an old-timey carousel that was between the songs. Sometimes you can hear the boards kind of moving around. But we were trying to think a little for all of them. That's Sorry, the one up there. And that's Eyes down below.
So you built all this yourself then?
Well, all the signs, yeah. Started with cardboard and Christmas lights. and paint. Those are the three ingredients. Paint, that's Eyes. And he's his friends with that head who he calls Happy. Happy years, and it only all came together within the last 4 or 5 months. There's the infamous perfect merry-go-round with the world's worst back glass. The pinball. It was solid bare wood before. So I took a flyer and Leslie and I figured out as close as we could the pattern.
So you need a merry-go-round glass if we can find you one.
Do I ever?
Yeah. Too many of these 2 and 4 players.
And you know, the artwork is just beautiful. I think, you know, how could Parker do any better than that girl right there? And see the monkeys, and just the whole thing, all the people riding around. And I think the back glass, the playfield and the cat. I didn't even know they used anything but red, white, and blue until I saw this.
What year is the Flying Circus now?
61.
Okay.
My oldest is Cupid doll is 60. That's a great game to play though.
Well, it's got the little balls you shoot from one side to the other, then yeah.
Unfortunately, the only bad thing is my bottom play shields are bad. But that's a real good original paint job too.
Clown here?
That's not wanting much. I found it in an old, bad part of town in Fort Worth, and the strangest thing was, it had a sticker, a card, it had a business card right down here that was exact Bill's Furniture and Billiards, the same place I had bought my Happy Clown in 71, and this wasn't the same one because I had painted one side of my Happy Clown back then, so it was a bad paint job falling apart, but it wasn't mine, but from the very same place I had bought my first one.
So Happy Clown was your first game then?
Well, that was my first one, except for the ones I had when I was a kid, and unfortunately no pictures exist, and I have no idea what they were except they were Gottlieb's.
Yeah. Well, I've got Pleasure Isle, which I think is an Add-a-Ball.
It's the same game, but an Add-a-Ball,
right.
Yeah. So you know how fun that is to play.
But this is the one that had the special little guide rails down here with the 10 points on them.
Oh yeah,
Which I don't think you're going to see.
Well, you got the 10 points if you hit here, see, with that arrow, I believe. This just turned on bumpers.
Yeah. Yeah, the top rollover lanes are kind of unusual with a mini.
Yes, they are. They're hard to get in. They bounce all over the place. You just know you're going to get the one you need, and it doesn't go in it. The only box.
Is that right?
Up in back in the mid '80s, up in Nebraska or somewhere in Kansas on business.
Yeah, well, that's very unusual to find.
It'd never been. It was still in the Gottlieb box and everything.
So what's your favorite of your games you own here?
Ooh,
good question, eh?
That is a tough one. I'd have to say it's between Happy Clown Tropic Isle and Ice Review and Cupid doll.
Yeah.
And weighs 500
Yeah,
pounds.
this is the shipmates. When we got those old playfields, they must have had 50 shipmate playfields up there. But I don't know, on this cabinetry, I think they didn't use it too long in the 60s, but
I don't even know of any
Well,
other
it is
games that
weird.
have that, and I don't know why. You know, I don't see the reason for it. Sitting way down there like that. There's got to be a reason they did that.
well, that's a good question to ask Wayne Nine.
It made you have to go to 27 inches on the front, you know, and then 31s behind.
Tim Arnold had a Shipmates in his arcade when he owned them up in up at Ann Arbor, Michigan, or Ypsilanti, one of those places. That's the only other Shipmates I think I've seen.
I think it's beautiful. It's a lot of fun. It's very hard for some reason. That's the hardest roto target I ever tried to shoot at, but it's, and bands bounce it back, rubber rings.
Well, it's got a bunch of different shell targets and
Oh yeah, and
bullseye targets.
it's got something that I don't have on any other game, which is when you hit this, it flashes. You know, I guess for the girl's skirt or whatever, but the lights flicker and flash on purpose. Whenever you hit any
And
of
then
those
we have a Seashore here.
Seashore, yep, 64. Both of these are 64s, I believe. And this is phenomenal when all four, you can get 8 bumpers on at the same time. Can you imagine being
8 of them?
having a ball up there in the middle of 8 bumpers,
Yeah, and this
4,
got a-
you know, 4 pop bumpers and 4
Or
of
a
the,
rotor target here too.
yeah, a double roto. You have to hit these beach ball targets to get it to advance to 100 times, but the problem is every time you hit that target, it goes out and the ball like almost automatically hits that target every time you shoot it.
So we've got a total of 8.
4 pop bumpers, 4
Yeah.
dead bumpers, and if you go through here when that's lit or in the hole that's lit, when all 4 of these are on, they're always changing combinations. Then all the bumpers come on. See, right now the 2 reds and 2 yellows had come on.
Yeah. Well, you even got some purple ones. You don't see
Yeah,
those too
no,
often.
you don't. I love those purple bumpers. I think they're beautiful. That was
Okay, these are either for sale or
trade, trying to fill out my collection of the ones we mentioned earlier.
and you've done a lot of cabinetry work on some of these
You
too.
bet I have had to. I've had so many games that the back glass and the playfield are just perfect and the cabinets are trashed.
Super Score is one of the few games that has pinballs on it, if I remember correctly.
That used to be another. I used to have like 12 themes instead of 4 until Leslie said, you know, please. Please pick 3 or 4, you know, give me a break. So this was one of my pinball themes.
Yeah, I had a high score one time.
Oh,
In fact,
yeah.
I had a new glass board I eventually sold. But
That back glass is absolutely perfect. It's original. I don't know how it survived all these years like that, but it did. Yellow, and the
oh, so
star's
you think
yellow.
this may have been a test sample glass or something?
Somebody told me it was a test sample before, but when they had it yellow, the yellow coat and the yellow boots and the yellow star.
Yeah,
But
that's
the back
interesting.
glass is absolutely perfect. It doesn't have a flaw in it, I don't believe, except for the little place between the numbers it always gets.
This
it's
and
got
Slick
some-
Check are my favorites.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It's got, you know, the glass, it has some problems. I put that, they call it frisket, and I slap it on the back there, and it doesn't go anywhere. I think it's basically like Mylar. But that left upper corner is the only place the playfield isn't real good, and I mean the back glass. Boy, this was a real challenge here. This thing was, yeah, that was at the first Arizona show.
Somebody made those up, but I
Yeah,
don't
they
remember
sure
who.
did. And it was just look exactly.
Palm tree with a parrot.
That's Barry, yeah.
Barry the parrot.
Yeah.
And down here we got
The little
monkeys.
seashell collage we got at Galveston a couple years ago. And then the monkeys behind that. A few fish nets and a picture of a palm tree back there. Thank my
So, in other words, the happy clown here is the one that.
He was the impetus for that happy clown, yeah. That's what we used, all right.
And your wife is good artistically?
Yeah, I think she's pretty good. And then she pointed out he needed a red blinking nose.
Like Rudolph, eh?
Yeah.
Different lights. We got 3 different sets on this, George?
Oh, more than that. They got, I think, 3 on his. We have 3 sets on his outfit.
Oh.
Then we got 1 on the sign, and then 1 on the border, and then we've got the blinking nose. That's 6 altogether, but 5 sets. You don't want to see the back.
Lots of.
Yeah, I'm afraid to move it,
wiring.
you know.
Yeah, it's very unusual.
It started out as just a big old long piece of cardboard when we cut a box down.
Made out of.
Just old cardboard with this piece of an old box. The farther you get away from them, the better they look. Claims it's, you know,
So this came from the local area then?
Yeah, yeah. An old guy named Mr. 3L, he calls himself. He has posters and old magazines and things. But I thought the clown was really good.
Bob Borden's amusement in Morrisville, make that, Pennsylvania. Bob sells mainly to homes now. He's got quite a operation here, restoring games for the homes. And I know he doesn't operate too many, but he's also done a lot of work on old Corvette cars too, which is very interesting. Some plates here, Pinball and the Corvette and Mercedes tilt. This is his shop back here where he restores things, cabinets.
Myself rather like one heavy
Cabinet repainting. Must be 17 different stencils on Buckaroo.
Now we have yours anyways, because you're a contributor.
Trading games and games waiting to be restored. Beautiful Corvettes, a couple, 63, a 67, and 66 in there. The one in the middle got 90 grand in. Very rare. I think that's the 63. Ooh. Hey, Ben.
Yeah, what's left? There's only Cinderella there.
Was that up at the showdown?
Yeah, I brought that down. To original,
Well, 54 Seabird?
Yeah.
What model?
R. I put paper capacitors in it instead of the new ones. I'll put that up next to any CD player around.
Here's the electronic game showroom.
I can give you some more light.
This is up on the wall. I've never seen anything like that before.
I sold more in May than I sold at Christmas time.
Well, that's encouraging.
I like that machine up there.
I think I got enough light here. I got a little light on here. These are all EM games then.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's why we got to do something with them. Yeah, you know, the word around the show was everybody saw my.
And new back glass for an old boy there. Mm.